for it to make sense, I still wonder, right?
Exactly.
And one of the things that he has instilled in me is, when you're earning money, your goal is to retain as much as you can. If you look at the lifestyle they were living,
Okay.
right? He was living in Kasarani at the time, in a single room. This is someone who was earning, right? But for us, especially for the newer generation, you find, I want the fanciest of houses, I want the fanciest of cars. And I'm not saying these things are bad.
Yeah.
I want them as well. But then can we have delayed gratification where you work towards something? And I think that's something that he had really perfected. Savings towards a goal and then buying it from savings, not just getting it today and then paying towards maybe as a loan if it's not an investment. Yeah.
Okay, there are various assessments you've just brought out very well, that when earning, we need to retain as much as we can.
Correct.
All right?
Correct.
Bwana Peter, is that possible, especially in our today's economy?
It is. It is.
How?
You find, let's say, for example, you give an example of 100,000 shillings.
Yeah.
You'll not start by saving 50,000 shillings. You'll be lying to yourself. Start where you are today. Let's say today you say, I'll start this month 1,000 bob. So today I'll consume 99,000. I'll keep 1,000 shillings.
Okay.
But next month I'm going to increase the 1,000 to, let's say, 2,000 shillings.
Right.
So every month you're giving yourself a goal to increase and to improve. I understand it's a tough process, but once you're willing to start from the bottom up, you start from where you are today, and then you grow as you go. But if your goal is to say, I want to save 50,000 today, you'll find you've saved it, but then by the next 3 days, you've already started eating it to the next 50,000 shillings.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you see, for me to start saving that particular 1,000, as you put it, there is also the attitude that I need to develop as well.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
But in as far as attitude is concerned, my brother Peter, we have so many misconceptions about investing.
Yeah.
What are some of them?
Number one, I used to also think, as you mentioned, investing is for the rich.
Okay.
So my goal was, I remember when I just got my first job, the money, you believe, when I get money, you're not considering what you have now as money. You're saying, when I get money, I will buy land, I will buy a car, I'll buy my parents this, I'll do this, I'll do this. But start where you are today. You're earning, let's say, 10,000 shillings. Ask yourself, can I reserve 500 shillings only? And that could be a day you usually go and eat outside. You say, okay, I'll start by 500 shillings, and then over time I want to increase that. So the first misconception was, investing is for the rich. That is not true. You start where you are today. Once you build the culture of saving and investing, trust you me, if you get a million bob today, when you have that culture, you'll not have that shock.
Okay.
And it's usually common for people to, you've seen people who win money, prize money, all those competitions, or you win money. If you don't have the culture, you end up losing all that money, because then you decide, today I need a new car, I need new clothes and all that. Yeah. So it's not for the rich, and you can build the culture from where you are today.
All right. And talking about culture, my brother Peter, do you find that also fear plays a very big role in holding people back?
Correct. We've been sold for this fear that I cannot buy something or I cannot invest from where I am today. So the fear becomes, my 500 shillings. You see that joke where people say, kama pesa yako haiwezi tosha nini? Kula. Kama haiwezi kununulia chakula, ende uikule yote. But then now what happens if you've eaten that 500 shillings? Zibado umebaki mahali ulikuwa at zero. For someone who said, I'll not be sold the fear, I'll comfortably start with my 500 shillings.
Yes.
Next month, you're not at zero, you're at 500. You'll put your next 500. Now you're at 1,000 bob. You're way better than the person who said, kama pesa yako iwezi tosha, ikule. Yeah, so do not buy the fear. Start where you are today.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one of those people who are saying now, Brabo, I'm not ready to start investing. I am not ready.
But you see now, I'll ask you, it's deciding to do the same thing and expecting different results. It's you saying, I wait to be rich to start saving. I promise you, you get more money, and the next thing you're thinking about is, you know what? I don't need to be living in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen when someone gets added a salary, what happens? The first thing you do, you're thinking, I don't like this neighborhood.
Lazima
nihame. Wacha niende mahali watu wako na pesa,
Exactly.
wanaka. So the first thing we think about is consumption. Do we ask ourselves, okay, now whatever I have, I'm saving a certain percentage.
Yeah.
So even if I'm getting more money, even when I become rich, I already have. Have you ever seen who is the easiest person to get money from? Between a rich person and one who is not rich.
The one who is not rich.
Yeah, they will easily give you 500 shillings,
Exactly.
give you 1,000 bob.
Yeah.
Lakini yule billionaire ama millionaire, hata unasemanga, I have an uncle who is very mean with their money.
Exactly.
Wakikutuma kitu ya 950 na amekupea 1,000, I want my 50 shillings back. Because
Exactly.
they've built the discipline of money.
Yeah.
And that is where I'd wish every listener today to get to, where you know, even this 20 bob counts to something. Yeah.
Okay, and you brought out a very good example whereby nimeongezwa mshahara maybe 5,000 Kenya shillings, okay, on my salary. Now the first thing that comes to my mind is to shift, okay, from where I'm living to somewhere better. And sometimes it is not from a bad point of view, Peter, or it is not just gratification that I might be chasing, but it is just something I told myself that I have to give my family better than I was given.
Correct.
I have to take my children in good schools better than I was taken. All right.
Correct.
How is that affecting our monies when it comes to investing?
I agree. Everyone wants the good life. Everyone wants the beautiful things in life. However, I said about delayed gratification. Tell yourself, I will work towards a reward. So today, what can I afford today? Let's say I can afford 10,000 shillings, a house comfortably. Now, so when I get added 20,000 or 5,000, the first thing will not be me thinking about moving. It will be me thinking, how much do I have saved up? If today my job went, I no longer have an income, what will happen? Will the bigger house help me, or will it make my things harder? So I'd rather put that 5,000 shillings away for a rainy day. And you know, as life has its ups and downs, those days come, and we've all experienced them, where you don't have an income, you're in an expensive neighborhood, and now you have to downgrade to a different house.
Exactly.
So if you plan around it, then you find you even have something we call an emergency fund.
Yeah.
And I'll talk about it on this conversation later on. Yeah.
Okay, and sure, you brought out that, and I've noted it. Now, can you break it down for us, my brother Peter, in the simplest way possible? What are some of these ways that we can start small, right from where we are, to start this journey of investing?
Okay. So the journey of investing, I'll want you to, as a listener, think about it in this way. The way we've done our education. We started by playground. I remember at times there was no play. Is it called preschool nowadays?
Yeah, preschool.
That time it was nursery school.
Exactly.
Then you go to class one.
Straight, yeah.
So it was nursery school, then primary school, then secondary school, then university or college, and the likes, right? So it was in stages. You didn't wake up when you were born and now you're in primary school. It was stages. So think about investing the same way. Don't jump. Ask yourself, what is the first thing? Reserving cash. So I have 10,000 shillings, or I'm paid 10,000 shillings. I'll start by what? 500 shillings. Okay. That is my first goal. I want to be retaining 500 shillings. And it's not as easy as it sounds. You know, 500 in a car kidogo to start with.
Yeah.
Start with that. Where do you put that money? That's the question. Two ways, cash or money market funds. And I'll tell you why those two are very, very important. That is usually the nursery and the standard one. Right? Because they are the easiest to access your money. Because even as you're investing, there's many things many things you can invest in. But then how quick can you access your money?
All right.
Right? So start by where you are. Number one, cash, and then number two, money market funds. And we'll talk about money market funds. So with money market funds, the reason I'll talk about it is because it has a little minimum that you can start with. Like for example, at Orient, our minimum is low as 500 shillings. You can invest as low as 500 shillings. So you start today, right? And then you'll work towards the tens of thousands, the hundreds of thousands, and the millions. Yeah.
So when we talk about MMF, somebody else is also talking about the fixed whatever income, unit trust, among other things. The question is safety. Okay,
Correct.
How sure am I that indeed I'll get that money as soon as I need?
As soon as you need. Okay, so one thing, as before you get into money markets, we said the first nursery school is cash. Yeah. So now we've gone to class 1, which is primary school, the money market. Now, money markets is where you put your money. It earns an interest is calculated daily. So on every day, there's a small, even if it's 0.01 shillings, because you'll earn an average of between 10 to 12% per year.
Okay.
So if you've put 100,000 at the beginning of the year, you'd have around 110,000. So you're earning your interest daily. So even for the money that I need to pay my school fees in 2-3 months, you're able to put in a money market. With only thing that you note is money market, you don't withdraw immediately. It's 2 to 3 working days to withdraw your money.
All right.
Once you plan that, you'll find the day where you meet a shoe you had not thought of buying, your money is already sort of locked kidogo, lakini you're still able to, it's still your money you can access anytime.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for those who are actually still hesitant when it comes to money market funds, all right?
Correct.
What other options do they have?
You have many options. So we said you can put your money in cash. Number 2 is the MMF. You can still go to a bank and put fixed deposit. However, you'll also notice they'll have maybe a minimum. You cannot maybe lock less than, let's say, 100,000 shillings or 500,000 shillings. So we are saying before you get to class 8, let's start with class 1. Yeah? Class 1 is put your money in money market. What is the risk in money markets? I know that's a question a lot of the listeners are asking. If you choose the right money market fund, any money market fund that you should choose, these are the things you observe. Are they licensed by Capital Markets Authority? So you go to Capital Markets Authority website and check the one that I want to put my money in. Is it there?
Okay.
Number 2, are they regulated? Regulated means they are complying with every law requirement by Capital Markets Authority. Once you verified that, then that money market fund guarantees your principal 100%. You cannot lose your money.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also how soon I need to, I can access my money, depending on how soon I need it. Is it also a factor to consider?
That is also a factor to consider. So what I'd say is, let's say, for example, I don't want to put everything there. I still want to retain, let's say, 1,000, depending on your needs and how much you have retained. Let's say you need 5,000 shillings to know you can access anytime, right? You can have that as a cash being held at a bank.
All right.
The rest of your money, you can put it on an MMF account, because then with that one, you'll be able to access within 2 working days.
Okay.
Yeah.
And putting it aside is one thing, my brother Peter.
Yeah.
Consistency is another thing.
Correct.
How important is consistency vis-a-vis the amount I'm investing?
Correct. As we said when we were starting, the discipline is the most important thing, right?
Yeah.
The same way with a child. If you are to let your child just do whatever they want, right? There is no discipline. If they've done something here, you don't discipline them, right? What happens to that child? You'll find now it's an adult who cannot be told, who cannot follow rules, who is not a good citizen, right? The same way with your money. If you've not done the discipline of knowing how to manage the little that you have, even when you have more, you'll not learn, you'll not do it.
Yeah.
We've seen rich people who go broke within, let's say, 3 years or 5 years, and we've had all these cases where they were left for wealth by their parents, and they squander it within 5 years, right? Sure. Why do they do that? It's a discipline. So force yourself today. Force yourself today, even with the little that you have, that 500 shillings, that 10,000 shillings, that 50,000 shillings, even as you continue to grow and get more money, you already have gotten stuck with that habit of investing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for those who are already on the journey, they have started the baby steps.
Correct.
The nursery school.
Correct.
Okay. Maybe they have something in their MMF or they have something in their fixed account.
Correct.
But you see, wherever we invest, I'm sure if it is a bank or if it is that institution that you've decided to invest in their MMF,
Correct.
you realize that they keep on giving you the feedback on how things are. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And sometimes we get overwhelmed by the financial language. For example, the graphs, the percentages, and all those jargon that the financial gurus are actually using. So how can someone build enough confidence to start investing without feeling lost or intimidated?
Okay, understood. That's a very good question, because if we were to talk about the jargon, we'll talk about treasury bills, the commercial papers.
Exactly.
Sometimes as an investor, I might not have the capacity or the willingness to go down that path of knowing all those jargons. But what I need to understand, and I can get this information, whichever company I choose, I can go to their office. I'm an investor there. Even if I'll walk there with my 1,000 shillings investment confidently. And I go and ask, okay, I want to understand what is it. What is it are you investing in? How safe is my money?
Yes.
So the questions is should ask, number one, how quickly can I access my money? We call it liquidity in the tough terms. But liquidity is how easily can I access my money?
Yeah.
If you're told that you can access your money within, let's say, 1 to 2 working days, that means that's a liquid investment.
Okay.
Right? Number one. Number two, have they given a guarantee of your principal? So that is a risk level. We call it the risk level. If they're not guaranteeing your principal, it means if something happened in the market, then you could lose your investment. So I want to understand, where is my money? Right? Is it safe? Have I gotten a guarantee that I'll still get my 1,000 shillings that I've invested? Yes. Number three, I want to understand which company is this and who are the people behind. I don't have to go to that level, but as long as number one and number two are well expounded, and I've also gone to the level of checking on the website by CMA, Capital Markets Authority, that they are licensed and regulated, then I can live comfortably knowing that my money is safe.
Okay. Yeah. And sometimes, Peter, you'll realize, just like your health,
yes.
right? We have people who are addicted to drugs, for example.
Correct.
Kichwa kiuma tu kidogo wa chemist.
Yes.
Amemeza dawa.
Kweli.
Ama kwa daktari.
Yeah.
Amedunga sindano.
Yes.
They don't believe in their own immune system.
Correct.
All right? Correct. That indeed inside me,
yes.
We have those soldiers inside me that are up to the task. Okay, same to the issue of finances. All right, we have people who keep on wondering, should I seek professional advice ama ningoje kidogo nikule hii pesa now that haiwezi nunulia shamba wacha nikule? At what point should someone consider seeking professional advice?
Working with a professional is you taking advantage of the information and the experience they have.
Yes.
Even if you have as little as 500 shillings. With the companies that, like for example, Orient, as we do, even if it's 500 shillings, ask for professional advice. We have financial advisors with the company, and every company will have financial advisors. Make sure you sit down with them, understand what product am I taking, what are the terms, because you find there's many products that you can purchase in finances. The same way with health, you can go and take so many medicines depending on what you tell the doctor. So explain to the doctor. Now the doctor of finance here is a financial advisor. Explain to them, I have my 10,000 shillings. I know I might need this money within 1 month. Yes. So I know I might need my money anytime. So which product should I take? So they will know, number one, how long are you saving or investing your money for? When can you access your money? How quickly would you want to access your money? So the moment they fully understand your situation, they guide you to the right product.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you saying that before I seek that professional advice, I first of all need to sit with myself, call myself a meeting, assess my financial risks first? Correct.
And I'll give you a quick story about someone I know. So this guy decided, the way we make our annual plans. So this year I'll start saving money. So I'll start saving 20,000 shillings. And so they look for an advisor. And so sometimes if you've not fully understood what you're also looking for, do a bit of research yourself as well, even before you go for the professional advice, so that you make sure you're getting the product you got. So this person goes and takes something we call a savings plan. Now, if you've done or you know what savings plans are, they are long-term commitments.
Yeah.
The easiest or the earliest you can access your money is 24 months or 30 months. That is 2 years. So even if you save this 20,000 for 2 years and you have an emergency, what happens?
You can't access
You cannot access it. Have you been saying in your head that you're investing? So you've been investing.
Exactly.
Yes. But then is it the right product for you?
No.
It's not the right product, because if you don't have any other savings anywhere and you need access to this money,
Yes.
utaenda utasema mimi nimeibiwa pesa Nairobi, I don't have access to my money.
Okay.
Right? So understand the product. Even before you go to this financial advice, understand, okay, what is it I want to achieve? What is the right product for me? Then go to the professional help. They'll just verify what you are saying. Yes, this is the right product for you.
Okay.
Ask questions. Do not be afraid to ask questions to this professional help.
All right. Do not be afraid to ask questions to this professional help, my dear listener. This is my brother Peter here, ready to demystify all the myths and misconceptions that you have been having around investing. Okay. I'm taking a very short break. When we come back, I'll be looking at your questions, and I'll begin with Raquel, who has a very, very interesting question, and she's asking, my question to Peter is, where in my investment journey should I start thinking of insurance policies, or what qualifies one as an investor to start taking insurance policies? That is the question that you'll be responding to on Radio Mini 88.3 FM. Do you have another question, my dear listener? Keep it Radio Mini 88.3 FM.
This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM. This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM. This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM. This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM. This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM. This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM. This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM. This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM. This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM. This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM. This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM. This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM. This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM. This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM. This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM.
I'm here with my brother Peter. Peter Munyi, who is a business development manager at Orient Asset Managers. All right, and we are discussing a couple of things here, making investing accessible for everyone. 0712223385 is the SMS line, or on Facebook page Radio Mini 88.3 FM. Bwana Peter, I told you when you come back, you'll be responding to Raquel from Gashie. She wants to know where in my investment journey should I start thinking of insurance policies, or what qualifies one as an investor to start taking insurance policies?
Okay, that's a very good question.
Yeah.
So number one, we said there is 3 classes. Savings, protection, and then there is investments, stroke assets, and loans. So we said class 1, you start by savings.
Savings, yes.
And allow me to first explain about emergency fund, so that then you relate why I'll say policies should come number 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So with savings, the way I advise investors is, before you do anything else, start by asking yourself, if right now you didn't have any new income from this month, April, yenye tunaingia, what would be your bare metal needs in terms of money? How much would you need to survive?
Okay.
So this is, you've cut out all your entertainment, you've cut out any person you're giving money, yourself and your family. So food, shelter, and maybe now medical, if for example there's someone who's sick. Let's say that is 30,000 shillings. So you know your bare metal amount you need per month is 30,000 shillings. Take that number, multiply by 6. 30,000 times 6 is 180. So before I think of any other investments, my first goal would be to get 180,000 shillings liquid, saved up. So that what happens is, if there was any shift in my income, or my job ended, or there was a delay in being paid, I have 6 months of runway. We call it runway. Where now I would not be able to do extravagant things where I'm buying meat and all those things every day, but I'm still able to survive with basic shelter, basic food, and being able to meet the bare minimum requirements.
Okay.
Right? Once you do that, now you'll graduate from class 1 to secondary school. Now secondary school is where now you're thinking about protection. So I have my 180,000, but now I need to know if I am sick. Now I'll not just depend on a public health insurance cover. I want to get a private cover.
Okay.
The first one I'll get is a medical cover. I'll get a bare minimum, maybe 20,000 shillings premium per year. So that if I'm sick, now I'll not be using my money. I'll be using the medical cover that I have, the insurance. The second product I can get under protection is life. Now I can take a life cover in case of my demise, my family that I have. If I have kids, then they will be well taken care of on my demise. The third product I can get under protection is, I can now take a savings product. Saving product, remember we said it's a long-term commitment.
Yeah.
Now, before I take any savings plan, what I'll do is I'll take what is my monthly contribution. I'll not take a very high product. I'll take the bare minimum, let's say 5,000 shillings.
Okay.
I'll ensure I have 6 months of savings put aside. So 5 times 6, 30,000 shillings. I'll take 30,000 shillings, add to my 180 in the same account, or I can create a new account and put the 30,000 shillings. Now I'll commit to the saving plan or any other policy if it's a life cover that I'm paying for a period of 10 years. What happens is, if there was a shift in my job, see, I'm still supposed to pay for my insurance policy.
Exactly.
Now I have how many months saved up? 6 months ahead. So that means even if my job, there was something that happened, I'm still able to meet my basic requirements. If there's any commitment, now I have 6 months saved up. And then now I can start thinking of the rest of investment assets. I can take a loan now to buy an asset that can generate me some income. That will be now in university. I call it class number 3.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And you've talked about buying assets, and there is a statement that you said that should we start buy or normalize buying from our savings, or from where?
Yes, so we should normalize buying things from savings. Even if you can access a loan, this is what I'd want you to do.
Yeah.
You say, let's say for today I want to buy land. and I've done that mistake, so I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I went and took a loan and bought a land somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere deep in Nakuru. I live in Nairobi. So now, is that land I can use today? I cannot go live in Nakuru because my job is in Nairobi, right? So yes, I took a loan, and then what happened? The asset is somewhere lying. Am I farming? Yes. Is it something I can live off for a year now? So that means it's money that I've put in an illiquid asset.
Okay.
So yes, I should learn from buying from my savings. This is what I'd want you to do. Before you buy any asset, do you have half of the total price?
Okay.
Half of the total price, so that even if something happened, even if you decide, look, I'll not commit my entire savings here, I can use a loan to buy this asset, it still means I cannot default and my asset will be, you've seen people lose cars, you've seen people lose their land because then they can no longer service the debt they took.
Yeah.
So before you take any loan to buy any asset, ask yourself, do you have half of the amount required? And you can put up the half, and then the rest of the amount that you need to pay will be very, very small compared to someone who says, today I want a land, and the entire amount will be paid by the bank, and I'll be paying the bank. Or I'll take a mortgage today, I don't have any money saved up, I'm going today to the bank. So for someone who puts out half as a deposit, and then the other half you finance from the loan, will have an easier time compared to someone who says, today I want the land and I don't have the half saved up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi. Good morning, Bram. Thank you for Peter's insights this morning. At what point should one consider buying education policy for his children's education?
Remember what we've talked about, the three stages. If you're buying an education policy, remember the terms of an education policy is that you will have to pay for a certain period.
Okay.
If you default, by defaulting it means you are not able to pay. That whatever amount you'll have saved that or you have paid to the premium is lost.
It's lost like that.
Right? Because then you're no longer servicing, you have defaulted.
All right.
So make sure, we've said number one, don't jump from class one to secondary school. Yeah. So start by saving. Do you have an emergency for yourself for 6 months? And if before you take that policy, we've said multiply it by 6.
Okay.
That amount, have it saved at somewhere.
Okay.
So that now, as you're taking the commitment for the policy, I'll start today. I'll not use my 6 months for my own living, and then I'll also not take the 6 months for the policy. It's something I've put aside. Ile wakati kutakuwa kugumu.
Yeah.
So now, if I want to take a policy for 10,000 shillings, I'll save 60,000. Niweke kando. Then now I'll start to do. Once I have the 60,000 is when now I'll start. So that hata kukienda kukue ngumu, I still have 6 months of runway to not default.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you see, Bwana Peter, as you're talking about putting something aside for that runway,
Yes.
there is also the mindset we are developing.
Correct.
The mindset of accumulation.
Correct.
All right?
Correct.
That I need first of all to stock and stock. So mbona sasa hizi language na mafuta.
Ni kweli.
We have petrol stations that are now
Correct.
hoarding.
Correct.
Okay?
Correct.
Wakiangalia sasa hii vita itaenda namna gani.
Wanajua price inaweza panda.
Inaweza panda. So
Yeah.
ikipanda hivi, that is when we release.
Correct.
All right?
Correct.
We have people who will now say, okay, Peter, now let me continue accumulating first before I start thinking about investing.
Correct.
Is that the right way?
Now, it's both. It could be right and could be wrong. So if you have accumulated, investing is investments. Don't think of it as an end goal. Think of it as a lifestyle. The same way we say, if you want to be healthy, don't think about, the day I will lose weight or the day I will be a certain kg, I'll be happy. Think about, if you make it a lifestyle where every day I think about, today I have gotten an income of 500 shillings.
Yeah.
Nimeuza kitu ya 500. Mimi nimesema 10% lazima ninaweka kando. I'll take my 50 bob, nilushe mahali nafaa kuweka.
Okay.
Hata kama nimeweka tu mahali kwa kando, mpaka ifike a certain amount ndio niweke mahali, right? So once you build that culture, you'll say, now you'll find investment to you will not be a goal. It will be an everyday thing where you're like, okay, now I have 10,000 shillings. I don't want it lying around. I'll put it somewhere where I'm getting a small interest, still assured of my money that it is safe. And then every day now you're thinking about, how can I grow that fund? How can I grow that the money that I've saved up? To a point where I met someone who was saying, the goal in life by the time you get to 50 or whatever age, will not put a number, right? Is the income you have now. You should have liquid assets generating similar amount for you.
Yeah.
By the time now you're saying, I'm financially free.
Free.
Yes.
Okay. And that terminology, financially free,
Yes.
we'll talk about it in a little. But there is a question here.
Yes.
Hi, Maya here. I have a question for Peter. At what point should one consider investing in stocks and what's the best approach?
Okay. So stocks, I would put it as number 4, right? It's
Okay.
still either number 3 or number 4. So once you've done number 1, you've done number 2, now you're in number 3, where you can do other investments. You can diversify a portfolio. Portfolio is the total amount of things that you own. You own a land here, you own this, you own this. If now you want to think of stocks, you'll not take all your savings. You remember the money we've saved back for 6 months?
Yes.
You're not going to take that and put in stocks, right? Because what happens because then with stocks, they go up and down.
Okay.
Right? We've seen stocks that have done very well and stocks that have done badly equivalent, right?
Yeah.
So what you do is you make sure now you've done step number 1, step number 2, step number 3. Now I have, I'll say now the next money that I'm saving, I'll be dividing it in 2. One part will be going to high risk, high return investments, and the rest one will still be going to beef up my low risk, even if it's a lower return, but my money is assured. So now if I usually save 30,000 shillings, I'll divide it in how I want. I'll start by saying 10,000 will now be what I put in anything high risk, high return. Now I can buy stocks from the 10,000 shillings. What happens if I lose the 10,000? It doesn't affect me as much as someone who took the entire amount and went and bought a stock because they had, today this stock will do well. And we do a lot of hearsay in Kenya. Like, ask yourselves, the people who bought a recent share that IPO'd, did they make money? Did they make money? Someone took their savings and put there. Did they make money? That's a question you have to ask yourself. Are you putting your life on the line by just because you've heard you can make money?
Exactly. And talking about making money, also, the reason as to why we want to do what people are doing is because we are thinking in terms of safety as well, and also generating a higher income. Is there such a thing as safe investing, Peter?
There is safe investing, and that's why I said before you graduate to class number 4 or category number 4, make sure you've gone through the entire process. So now what you'll do is now you'll understand, before I put all my money and put in a stock, for example, I'm putting a very small amount. The stock will do good. I'll say I'll return my capital to myself. The profit I made from that stock is what I'll use to continue.
Okay.
That's a smart investor. Be a very smart investor. So that even, I think you also heard about people who lost money in Eldoret sometimes back, about a company which came and said, you know what, you can get 18% per month on your money. The moment you are ever led by greed or by hearsay without doing your own background check and by your own investing strategy and understanding, okay, what am I getting myself into? What is the rate of return? All that kind of things. How safe is my money? Remember the questions we said, you have to understand how safe your money. You find now you're led by greed. I want 18% per month. But you ask yourself, how is the company making money to give me 18% per month versus what I'd get 10%, 12% per year? What is this company doing to give me this percent?
Okay.
That is a very high risk. Yes, it's high return, but very high risk. Do you want to put all your money there? That's not something I'd advise to a smart investor.
And you've brought it out well, and that comes to the level of understanding the risk. So how should a beginner understand risk when it comes to investing?
Okay, so we said that number 1, you understand which company is it I'm investing in. Are they licensed by CMA? In most cases, the company that gives you this 18% per month, they'll say they're doing Forex, if you allow me to say. They'll say we are trading Forex and we understand this thing and it will make you money. But before you go to all those things, if the company is not on Capital Markets Authority and you're Investor 101, do not do it.
Okay.
Do not go there. Do not be greedy. Understand, safety comes with very lower returns, but then it's guaranteeing your money. Number 2, understand the risk profile, right? The risk profile of the investment you're making. If, for example, they're telling you you're guaranteed of your principal, you're guaranteed of your money, you cannot lose your money. So that's a good, safer investment compared to someone who says, ikipotea imepotea yote, but if we make money, we'll make a lot of money. So understand the risk level, the company you're investing with, and you'll find the companies that are doing low risk, they will not have very, very high returns, but then it's very sustainable,
Okay.
especially for a beginner.
All right. And talking about sustainability, we can not end this conversation, my brother Peter, without talking about technology.
Correct.
All right, because it is here to stay.
Correct.
And it has really changed how we do things from banking to biashara. So how exactly is technology making and supposed to make investing easier and more accessible to the ordinary Kenyan today?
Okay. Now, three things I'd want you to think about. Number one, if you own a smartphone, you can access investments. Like, for example, you can go on Play Store and download an application. Like, for example, where I work at Orient Asset Managers, you go to Play Store, download Orient Asset Managers app. Download, it will guide you, it will take you through the processes of how you invest, and you upload your KYC. Number two, there's someone who doesn't have a smartphone, akona katululu. There's something we call USSD code. USSD code is you're able to star 273, for example, for our company. So you can also access it with a USSD code. Number three, there is portals. Portals are for people who, let's say you're not in the country, right? Or you don't want to download an app. You just want to go to the portal, create an account, and invest. So technology has come to make these things accessible. Earlier in, let's say, in 2018, people used to deal with forms. You go get a form, you want to invest 500 shillings. You go get a form, you fill in a form. When you want to withdraw, you go again with a form and you feel, I want to withdraw this money. Nowadays, you do that from the comfort of your home, whether it's a smartphone, by the app, or by USSD code, or by the portal. So it's easily accessible to everyone in the market, yes.
In the market, okay. There is another question here. Adasema William, Bramwell do not allow Peter to get out of studio before demystifying this. If I am earning a salary of 20,000, kindly help me to understand how I can budget that for my family, including where to live and also to save.
Okay. That's it's a full question. So we'll go through it as a case. So
Yes.
you earn 20,000 shillings
Exactly.
net. So we usually say for the house that you need to live in should not be more than, so you do this. It should not be more than, we usually say more than a fifth of your salary. So divide this by 5. You need to live in a house 4,000, 5,000 maximum.
Hey, bwana Peter, tutakaa wapi?
Sasa hiyo what you will do is they say, unajua ataanza kuuliza utakaa wapi Nairobi.
Yes.
Now you will be humble. Useme nitakubali haya kwa sasa until I can increase my income. So nitaenda kama ni huko mahali ndani na ndani. I don't have to go live in a slum, right? But tuseme niende niingie na huko ndani. If it's for example Juja, niende na the farthest of Juja. Nitakuwa naamka 5 a.m. That will motivate me to wake up very early to work towards increasing my income. But once you do that now, 20,000 umebakisha ngapi? 15,000.
Yes.
We said 10%, you should aim to invest 10%. However, for a beginner, you can even start with 5%.
Okay.
So what is 5% of the 20,000? It's 1,000 bob. All right? So you imeenda kwa investment. So now you have 19,000 minus 5, that's 14,000.
Yes.
14,000, let's say you have, I don't know if you have a family, so let's say you can decide 4,000 will be what you buy food for. So before uende kwa supermarket, sasa wewe utadecide, no, mimi nitaenda Githurai, I'll go nifanye shopping ya boga, because then they'll sell me at a cheaper price, right? So I'm trying to get any saving from where I spend my money. 4,000 will be what we spend for food. Now I have 10,000 shillings. 10,000 shillings nitatoa kifungo cha 10 if right?
Fungu la 10.
Fungu la 10. So depending on how you'll find now you still have 10,000 where now you can spend on school fees, if it's fungu la 10, if it's what, but then now that has simplified your life. But then you find someone who earns 20,000 decide I'll live in a 10,000 house.
Yeah.
Sasa 10,000 utakuwa unapata you have 10,000 shillings left to spend. Sio hakuna kitu utainvest.
Yeah.
Hakuna kitu utabakisha. Now you'll need a loan to bridge the gap. So you'll be living on a loan every day to survive.
Okay.
Yeah, so go break down, understand where is your money, every shilling, where is your money going. Nanunuanga credit ya 500, iandike. Nanunua credit ya 500. I need to send 1,000 shillings to my parents, iandike. So look for areas where you can forego. Kama maybe I usually spend 2,000 shillings on entertainment. Can I reduce it to 1,500 or 1,000?
Okay.
But if it's in a house, you take 5,000, you take 1,000 on investments. The rest, then now you're buying food, you've bought maybe tokens and the likes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Peter, you know, in Nairobi, there are two things you have to grapple with.
Yes.
If you are living closer to your workplace,
Correct.
be ready to pay a high amount for your rent.
Correct.
If you are ready to live away
Yes.
from your workplace, the way you've said,
Yes.
factor in transport.
Correct. So now what will happen is, let me ask you, if you live so close to tuseme unafanya kazi Nairobi town, the closest you can live ni tuseme in that budget unaweza kaa wapi? Tuseme hata kama ukae Kasarani,
yes.
You are paying 10,000 shillings. There's someone anaweza ingia huko Kasarani, aingie ndani kabisa huko chini. They may spend slightly more on transport, lakini si anachukua matatu. So matatu ya kutoka huko chini Kasarani kule ndani na mwenye anakaa hapa karibu kwa barabara, the difference utapata ni 10 bob or 20 shillings. If you are being honest to ourselves, it will be unless you have a car. If you have a car na umeenda kuishi na huko Rongai and you come to town every day, then you'll spend more on fuel. So can you cut your fuel and decide I live closer? So wewe ndo una balance hesabu yako, unajua how much do I need on transport? How would moving a bit deeper and saving on the amount I pay on rent, how would it impact my transport?
All right.
Yeah.
There is a question here from Leah. Good morning, Bram and Peter. Would you rank special market fund as high risk?
Yeah, so special funds invest primarily on stocks, shares, private equity. So I'd put it in the higher or medium risk category. So if you're investor 101, you're just starting out, I would not think about special funds.
Okay.
I would not think about special funds. Special funds should be by someone who's gone through the steps we've understood. Now they're at step number 3, where now they are asking ourselves, how can I increase now my income? Not just from my salary or from my business. Now I want to increase it from the earnings, we call it investment income. How can I get investment income, which is a bit higher? Higher risk, but then higher return. So special funds, they look for shares, they are professionals, so they will do all that, but then this higher risk I not recommend for someone who is not willing to get 100% guarantee on of their principal.
All right. So as you're winding up, my brother Peter, what kind of future do you envision if more young people start investing early?
I envision this. I've met, in my line of work, I've met the rich. I've met people who have mastered finances, who you find they're even opening accounts for their kids. So the future, and what I'll do in my life is, I'd make it so that it is my lifestyle. Even when I get kids, right, I'll make sure I open a junior so that even when they are going through primary school,
This is Radio Waumini, 88.3 FM.
Yes, teaching them from early on to start. Now they're going to high school, they already know.
This is Radio Waumini, 88.3 FM.
Their DNA to invest. So if we can get to a future where people think about investments as a lifestyle, I think we'll have achieved that for ourselves. We'll be in a very, very good position. It puts us even in a more happier. For someone who has that level of safety where, even 6 months I can be okay. You can be fine.
Exactly.
Yeah? This is someone who'll be you'll be happy and you feel secure.
Exactly. Kuliko living from paycheck to paycheck.
Correct.
You don't know about tomorrow.
Correct.
Especially na hizi kazi zetu unaweza futwa na SMS.
Ni kweli. Unaambiwa sasa ama unaambiwa tu barua leo, kazi imeisha, effective today.
Exactly.
So now where do you go? Unaanza kufikiria nitauza nini, because then you had not factored in that jobs come and go, and there is a lot of transitions that happens when we are in the job market.
Exactly. But Peter, our time is up, but I certainly will bring you again, based on the kind of questions that I'm getting here, to continue educating people, all right? Especially to those people who are feeling that mimi hii kidogo napata bwana Bram, nini kukula nitakula ama nikuweka nitaweka. And the philosophy that is being pushed out here, kama haiwezi kununulia shamba, kula hiyo pesa. We'll continue demystifying that, but Peter. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, my dear listener, that marks the end of the conversation. But now, at exactly 9, we're going to be having news. I'll be coming back with Dr. Madowo. Don't go too far.
The Catholic Radio
This is Radio Waumini, 88.3 FM. This is Radio Waumini 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 This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM. This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM.